Okay, I'm trying this again. This is round two. Hopefully, we can get Deidra on live with me. Fingers crossed. If it doesn't work, we may just have to reschedule and do it a different way because sometimes Facebook doesn't always cooperate. We're going to try this one more time. We shall see how it goes. And if not, then we might have to reschedule. So while we're waiting to see if Deidra can hop on with us, my name is Sarah Thomas. I'm a personal trainer, I'm a fitness instructor, and a nutritionist. I own Refined Life Fitness, and I am the creator of the online program Burn Fat and Feast. It looks like she is, but not on camera yet. Okay. It says that you're connecting. There you are.
Hi.
Yay! There she is.
So I was on my laptop, and I guess you can't do that.
Oh, yes. Oh, my gosh. That's right. So I've tried this on my laptop a million times. And, yeah, for some reason, Facebook only wants you to do it on your mobile. Yeah, I don't know. That's weird. Yay. I'm so glad you're here. Awesome.
Yeah.
Here she is, the anticipated guest.
I had to build the momentum, the anticipation of it.
That's right. That's right. It's all about making the entrance, right?
Yeah.
So I'm so glad it worked out. All right. So you guys know me, you know about me. I am going to let Deidra just take the floor here and tell us just a little bit about, who you are,
Okay.
you know, mom, all that fun stuff. And then we'll talk a little bit more about your journey.
Yeah. So I'm a wife and mom. I have two kids, 5 years old, and my little one just turned 2. And I am a blogger and writer and work full time. Just started back in full time after motherhood. Took about a 5-year hiatus and did a freelance gig and just kind of part time, and just jumped in full time in January.
Love it. For me.
I'm a full-time content creator. I help run a blog, website, and online business. So keeps me really busy, but I love it. I really, really love what I do. One of my goals for the new year was to get on a health and fitness journey. And I didn't even know what that was going to look like when I made that resolution. But I was like, oh, my friend Jeannie just said hi. Hey, Jeannie.
Hey, Jeannie.
I just knew that I couldn't keep eating junk all the time because I'm a fun food person, and food is always fun for me. And so I'm I want to eat nachos and pizza, and let's have a party and let's make dip. I love dip. Yeah. So for me, it was just this fun food thing. And if I had a really hard day, really stressful day, I would be like, let's get tacos.
You deserve it, right?
Yeah. So that's exactly right.
Yeah.
I had that mentality, I deserve it.
Yeah.
But in the back of my mind, I knew you can't keep eating like this. So I knew that I was going to have to at some point rein that in. But it was this last kind of immaturity. I think it was an immaturity because it was I thought I could eat like a 20-year-old all the time, right? So it was this piece of immaturity that I knew I needed to deal with in my life.
Yeah.
So
yeah, that's so funny because we see ourselves as still 19, 20, right? We're not, but our bodies know that we're not. But sometimes up here we feel like we should still be able to eat that way. Yeah, absolutely.
Honestly, after having 2 kids, I was pretty happy with my body. I had accepted that my body was not going to be my 20-year-old body. Mm-hmm. I was like you, Sarah. I competed in pageants, and so I had that pageant body mindset of what a swimsuit body looks like. Yeah. And it took years for me to break away from that and say my body's so different now. Even if I worked out really hard and I exercised and I ate right, I just probably wouldn't look the same because that was 12 years ago, 12, 15 years ago. So that was a process for me all of last year, was breaking away from what my body used to be and thinking okay, I have to have a new mindset because this is a new body. And I threw away a lot of old clothes that I've been hanging on to forever in hopes that fit into those clothes again. Mm-hmm. And so I went through this whole process last year where I was I'm just going to throw the shorts away. I can't wear them now. They don't look good. And it's building anxiety in me and tension, stress every time I think about this. So I'm going to recreate in my mind. I'm going to make peace with my body. I'm going to recreate what I think my body needs to look like. So I kind of laid that foundation, and then I was okay, now I'm going to get my life together. I'm going to start making commitments to eat well. And that's when you approached me. Yeah. And you obviously didn't know that I had gone through this process.
No, not at all. And I didn't even know that you did pageants either, and that you just said that a second ago. So I had no idea. And so we talked about Burn, Fat, and Feast. And so tell me a little bit about, your initial thoughts of, I know you've been open about the fact that you do like to eat and that you will just eat whenever and whatever. And, like you said a minute ago, like and I think I like that you said that about, you deserve it, because after a long day, I mean, as moms, we feel like we deserve whatever we want at 8 o'clock at night after having a long day with our kids. But yeah, the reality is we can't continue to eat that way and feel well. So what were your thoughts when you were considering joining the program?
So you approached me and I messaged you and I was like, I have problems with things like this. And I was like, does it have flexibility? Because I was already getting really anxious, and you had just approached me like nothing had happened, and I was already like, oh my God, I can't do this. I had done, so right after I had my daughter 2 years ago, she was 4 months old. I was 4 months postpartum. I did a meal plan that was a 2-week sprint meal plan. It was very strict, and I lost 7 pounds in 2 weeks, and I looked awesome. And for a while after that, I ate really well, but then I didn't, because I can't just eat chicken and steak for every meal, right? And keep it off. So I was anxious about it because I knew how hard I'd worked, and I knew that it didn't make a lifelong impact on me.
Right.
And so that's why I was really anxious, thinking I don't know if I can do that again. I don't know if I can cook up, plan all this food for me, get my family on board. Yeah. So I was already anxious about it. But then you just kind of said, it's not like that. It's just wait and see. When you get in it, it's going to be okay. And so for me, that was an element of trust and faith I had to have. But I knew that I had taken your PIO class at the Y in between my 2 kids. I loved your PIO class, and I got really involved in it and loved it. And so I knew that you were amazing. And my husband knows the cycle.
Yeah.
So okay, I'm going to trust Sarah. I'm going to trust that this is going to work out. And so that was it was a stepping out in a belief for me. And then you talk a lot about mindset in the prep week. And so I was like, okay, if I'm going to do this, this is what I had to tell myself. My 3 priorities for the next 6 weeks are going to be taking care of my family, staying on top of my work and my job, and eating well, exercising, in that order. So I made a choice. If it was me choosing between spending time with my family or working out, I was going to spend time with my family.
Right.
If it was finishing my work that I have for the day or working out or planning a meal, I was going to choose work. Right. So I had this mindset, these are the 3 things that matter. So if that means I have to miss dinner night, girls' night out, I was going to miss it for those 6 weeks, right? Because I was going to prioritize those 3 things.
I love that.
And going in with that mindset, simplified my life so much. Okay, this is all I have to worry about for the next 6 weeks. Yep. And in a lot of ways, that was really freeing to me. Because I was I had my priorities and I knew what I was going to do and what I wasn't going to do.
Yeah.
And so it really freed me up to make the choices that I needed to make.
Yeah. So what do you feel was different about Burn, Fat, and Feast from other things that you've done in the past? So you said, you did a meal plan for 2 weeks, but it didn't stick. So what's the difference?
I think the difference was the phasing, how every day is different, and it changes from, the first 2 weeks, second 2 weeks, and the last 2 weeks, how it kind of ramps up like that. And also the prep week was really helpful for me. I don't know why that was such an important element for me, but before it was just okay, jump in both feet day 1. But this was I had 7 days to learn about the program, to understand the why behind what we were doing, and then jump in with it. Right. And so that was really helpful for me too.
Yeah. I think for most women, that prep week is that's that mindset switch.
Yeah.
Of, okay, I got to get my mind on right, kind of organize my thoughts of how everything works before you dive in with both feet, and feel totally overwhelmed. So I'm glad to hear that was helpful for you. So tell us how you did and tell us what now.
Okay. I was so happy with my results. So happy. I mean, I feel so much stronger. I was able to there were only 2 days, I think, where I really derailed on the meal plan. It's not really a meal plan. I hate to say meal plan, but on my eating, I really do. Other than that, I was able to stay on course with everything, which is shocking because I don't do that.
Yeah.
I'm if it's good enough, it's good enough. I'm not a to the T, to the line.
You're not type A.
I'm not type A in that way. I'm an achiever, but I'm not it doesn't have to be perfect, right? I'm just happy with good enough. So for me,
do you feel that it was because the plan's flexible and it changes? Is that why you feel you did well with it?
Yes, and also because I was in complete control of what I was going to eat that day.
Yeah.
Because I could choose, okay, I'm going to have a shake for breakfast, and then for dinner, I'm going to do, like, I could plan my days, and I knew, like, hey, we're going to eat out tomorrow night, so I need to make sure that I eat this for breakfast and this for lunch so that I can eat this meal for dinner.
Right.
So just able to, like, having tons of flexibility like that, and knowing I could go to restaurants, eat out at restaurants, and still be in control and not, like, have to throw the whole thing out the window.
Right, right.
That was really helpful for me. And on spring break with my kids, one morning we went to a donut shop, and I had a ham and cheese kolache. And I was like, oh, Lord Jesus, ruined it all. I was like, oh, why did I do that? I was like, got caught up in the moment, you know?
Yeah.
But then I'm like, no, I'm going to be okay.
Yeah.
And I got on track for the rest of my day, and I was able to finish well. It didn't ruin my whole day. So I think that was a big piece of it, was like, you can do things, you can eat and eat well.
Yeah.
And also another piece of it for me was, like, I was so anti, like, vegan butter and anti almond milk creamer. I was just anti because I hadn't tried things. And once I tried the vegan butter, once I tried my almond milk creamer, which, if you're watching this, guys, you don't have to eat butter. It's not a part of it. But for me, I wanted to. And so trying those things and, like, being like, oh, this is really, really good, it really changed it for me. So eating well. Anyways, what was I saying? Oh, yeah, about my journey. So I did really well. I was super happy with the way I stuck to the meal plan. I did not get to work out as much as I wanted to, but I probably still worked out 5 days a week. So I was super proud about that. And, like, busting out those workouts at home, I was like, yes, I felt so accomplished getting that done.
Yeah. Well, you're, I haven't asked you this, but if you're okay with me sharing your before and afters, that belly girl, that looks like you were working out.
Isn't that crazy?
Yes. It's amazing.
So done. And also those before and after pictures, I took that after picture in the evening. Like, you know how you, like, have a super flat stomach when you wake up?
Yeah.
That was my evening belly picture.
Awesome. That's awesome. That's awesome. We'll have to share this later.
Yeah.
So what's next?
Okay, so I am continuing on my workouts, like, and doing more classes at the gym. I'm parked outside the gym right now. I'm about to go in and do a class. So I'm excited about, like, trying new. For me, a big part of doing the meal plan was, like, I wanted to be able to go to the gym and do classes and work hard and not feel like I was going to die for the next 2 days. Yeah. Because I was like this, like, I would work out in spurts, and then I would quit for, like, 2 weeks. Then I would work out for 2 weeks, and I would quit for 2 weeks. And it was so hard for me to get back into the groove of working out regularly. Yeah. So now I'm in that groove where I'm, like, pumped about working out, and I feel good after a workout. I don't feel like I want to die. So I'm going to keep up my workouts, and I am implementing parts of Burn, Fat, and Feast from the 6 weeks into my everyday life. Yeah. So there's certain foods that I've just said, I'm just not going to eat those foods unless it's my feast day. Yeah. I'm just not going to do it. So that's new for me. Like, okay, I'm not going to have fried food if it's not a feast day. I'm not going to have major fatty foods. And I listened to a podcast, or no, it was a YouTube video, and she was saying, like, the biggest determining factor in people's behavior when they're eating well is saying I don't versus I can't. So I mindset of, like, I'm not going to say I can't eat fried foods. I'm saying I don't eat fried foods if it's not a feast day or it's not a birthday. Yeah. I'm not going to eat those foods. I'm not going to eat sugar. I don't eat sugar unless it's my feast day. So changing that mindset is a big deal for me. I just never thought I would be that person. Yeah. Honest to God, I never thought I would be that person who, like, was empowered to make these choices. Yeah. I love that. That's great. And all my close friends are like, stop, who are you? They can't deal with it. Because I'm always like, hey, cupcake.
Right, right. Well, I love that. I love that you said that too. That's right. And that's all part of that mindset change, is just saying I don't versus I can't have that. You can have that, but now you truly now have the freedom to decide when you're going to have that and when you're not going to have that. And so, you know, it sounds like from what you're saying that you feel like you're more in control of what you eat and when you eat it and how 100%. You eat it. Yeah. 100%.
Because before, I don't know if I've mentioned this before, but I had, like, blood sugar regulation problems. Like, I could not regulate my blood sugar throughout the day, and I would get headaches and I would get dizzy spells, like, out of nowhere. And I couldn't figure out why I couldn't regulate my blood sugar, because I thought, I'm eating all the time, right? I wasn't eating quality food. I wasn't eating food that was really nourishing me. I was eating, like, you know, either way too many carbs in the morning or way too much sugar in the morning. Yeah. And wasn't working for me. So that, you know, people kept saying, if you eat well, if you like cut out dairy, you're going to feel so great. You're going to be so energized. And I thought, I already have tons of energy. I already sleep really good. Like, I don't need to do that. But I didn't realize like that is what it was going to, how it was going to benefit me.
Yeah.
Choosing to eat differently. It was going to help me like not have headaches all the time and not feel like I'm going to pass out in the middle of the day for no reason.
Yeah.
So that's a big thing. You're totally right. I feel in control. I feel like I do have options now and I know what to eat so that I can feel good and not feel like trash all the time.
And not feel guilty. Like you said, you know, you went out and had something and you were like, oh no, why did I do that? And then you knew how to just get right back on track that day and finish the day feeling good about yourself and not carrying that guilt, because none of us need to carry that guilt throughout the day.
Right. So true. And I think because I had previously made peace with my body and the new body that I have, that I was like, it wasn't about the body change for me, really. It was more about the eating and feeling stronger, which, like, I'm not going to lie, I'm happy the way my body looks. I'm not upset about it, but that's a piece of it for me. It was like breaking away from my body expectation.
Right, exactly. Yeah, so incredibly freeing. And I love that you have now learned how to incorporate classes at the gym. You've got workouts you can do at home. You know how to change your eating schedule, your nutrition plan to make it fit for your week ahead, your life, your month ahead, birthday parties, whatever you have going on. And that's really like that is my ultimate goal with this program, is to teach women that it can be done. It's flexible. You can move it around. You can make it work for full-time working moms, for you know, women who don't have kids that are working 1 million hours a week because they feel like that's what they want to do to fulfill themselves. And it's totally fine. You can make it work, and it is flexible, and you know, you can do all these things that you want to do and still feel amazing about yourself. So there are so many women that come to me and they have all these questions about the program and they're not sure if they can do it. They're doubting themselves before they even start, kind of like you were saying, like, I can't do this. I've never been able to do something like this. So for somebody like that, or maybe your former self, what would you say to a woman who is just kind of on the fence or not quite sure about whether it's the right fit or not?
I think you should write out your motivations for doing it and really tap into that why. And you talk about this a lot too. That why are you doing this? Is it because you want to wear a swimsuit? Well, that's not good enough. Like, wanting to wear a swimsuit is not going to motivate you enough. It's not going to do it. So it's like, do you want to live a long life? You know, like, do you want to see your great grandchildren? I don't know if that's possible, but it could be for us, you know? So it's tapping into those bigger whys, I think, is a big deal. And then just realizing, like you always said during the program, it's progress over perfection. And you have to realize, like, okay, I'm probably going to mess up. I'm probably going to make a mistake, but I'm going to take this risk. And I think that, you know, women especially put a lot of pressure on themselves to be perfect. And it's really not about that. It's really just about progress. Nobody can take that progress away from you. So just plowing ahead.
Yeah. Absolutely. I love that. Love that. It is about progress over perfection. We put so much stress and an undue strain on ourselves as women every single day. And I mean, it doesn't have to be perfect. You even said earlier, you didn't get all your workouts in. It's okay. It's fine.
It's okay. I was like, you know what? This is what I have to do today to keep going. That's what I asked myself. Like, when I would get down about it, I'm like, oh my gosh, I didn't work out today. Well, I would say, maybe I should just quit. That would pop into my head. And I would say, no, I'm not going to quit just because I missed one day's workout. Like, I can finish, and it's okay if I make a B on this instead of an A plus. It's not a test. It's not a test.
Yeah.
So, that was a big deal for me.
That's amazing. Love it. I love it. Thank you so much for sharing your time today.
Thank you.
Oh my gosh.
This is so amazing. I mean, you can't even imagine the big life shift that this was for me, and I'm excited to like keep the momentum going. And this was just so unexpected. Like, I knew I wanted to change. I didn't know how I was going to do it. And then when you approached me, I was like, okay, all right, this is what I was looking for. So I'm super, super grateful.
Love it. Oh, thank you so much for sharing your time, all your amazing thoughts. I love that you're really in tune to what your body is doing and your why, and you've got that different mindset. That is that to me is like the biggest aha moment ever. I mean, the weight loss is all fine and good, but it's more about what's happening here than anything else, especially as women. Like if we can't change this, nothing else is going to happen. So I just love that.
It's been like the biggest confidence boost for me. Like I feel so accomplished, and I'm making other life changes now because I'm like, I did this big thing I never thought I could do.
Yes.
And so big boost for
that
me.
Is so true, because it's not just about what your body is doing physically or even how you feel inside. It carries over to every single thing you do in life. And I'm so glad that you're seeing that, because I can tell people that all day long, but until they experience it, like you just don't even know how it affects your relationship with your kids, with your husband, your work life, your outside community involvement. Like it affects everything around you.
Really does.
Yeah.
That's so true.
Love it. Love it. Thank you. Thank you. Love this.
Welcome.
And I'm sure, and I'm going to speak about you for a minute and just say, if you have questions that they can reach out to you, ask questions. Obviously, you can ask me. Sometimes people are more comfortable asking people who are on the other side of it. So if you have questions, reach out to Deidra. And I will also, in the comments here, leave a little freebie for you guys if you just kind of want to look through it. It's just a free download. It's a fat burning guide. So I'll leave that in the comments if you guys want to check that out. And reach out to me or her if you have questions. Thanks so much, lady.
Bye, y'all.
Great day. Bye, y'all.